Hey, welcome to States Unlocked. It's the place to learn about social psychology, human behavior, and also learn practical tips on how you can improve your life. If you would like to understand yourself and others better, hit subscribe and hit the bell icon for similar videos. This video is all about being an empath and the problem with being an empath. Now, having a lot of empathy is a great thing, don't get me wrong. I would like to think of myself as someone who's very empathic. But the term empath, the label empath, can be very problematic. And the reason it can be problematic is because it frames being an empath in a positive way. Oh, I'm an empath. Okay, another word for empath is codependent. Okay, now you might not like this, and I'm not saying, yeah, you should completely abolish all of your empathy. Absolutely not. Empathy is a great thing to have. But the reason that being empathic can be very painful is when we do not have boundaries. We do not know what stuff is ours, what stuff is someone else's because of emotional enmeshment. And this is something that can happen a lot in dysfunctional family systems that we have grown up in, where we don't really learn that we have a separate self and we get very enmeshed with other people's emotions. You know, we take on our other emotions, and it's just this whole mess of stuff. It's not, okay, this person exists, this person exists, this person exists, and while we're all interacting, we're in our own separate realities, which are all valid and fine. It's, you know, there's lines being crossed all over the place, boundaries being crossed all over the place, which can lead to becoming an empath or becoming codependent. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't beneficial things to being an empath, to having a lot of empathy. There most certainly are, and it is something to be proud of. If you've got a lot of empathy, that's great. That means you have a lot of mirror neurons. That means that you're a very compassionate person. That means that you have the capacity to really engage with other people emotionally, which is something the world desperately needs more of. But the downside of being an empath and identifying with that is that we don't see, by being like, oh, I'm an empath, that there is a problem there. There is a problem. We need boundaries, okay? So there's a difference between being empathic and being an empath, because as I said, being an empath, it's this idea of, oh yes, I just soak up everyone else's feelings. And actually, like as I said previously, that is a problem, because you aren't supposed to be soaking up everyone else's feelings all of the time. And this is an indication that you don't necessarily have strong boundaries. And, you know, some people are just naturally more sensitive and they do pick up on other people's emotions. But a lot of the time, the reason we have become empathic is because we've had to be very sensitive to the needs of other people around us. So that could be, and this isn't to say that everyone who's empathic and has a lot of empathy has necessarily gone through a hard time or gone through abuse, but a lot of the time that is the case, actually, because people who have a lot of empathy, it's because they have learned to attune to other people. And the key thing about empathy is the ability to attune. Now, this is something that a lot of people lack. A lot of people really lack it. You know, they can't understand why someone would feel the way they would feel. They can't meet someone else in their perception. They can't put themselves in the other person's shoes. And as I said, it's something the world greatly lacks the ability to do. And empaths have this in spades. But I suppose all I'm saying is be wary of over-identifying with the term empath, because it can be very problematic. You know, you can definitely be an unhealthy empath. And I would definitely encourage anyone that identifies with the label empath to also look up codependency, because there's a lot of crossover actually, and you know, it's just something worth bearing in mind. So this is a short video today, but it's something I just wanted to express to you guys. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like it. It helps me in the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'd love you to be a part of the States Unlocked, tribe. And it would be awesome if you could leave a comment as well. And I will see you on the flip side, guys. Ciao for now.